just wanted to take this time to thank the people that put on the event and attended last night at the Potter County Candidate Conferee meeting. It was a wonderful time, and a special thanks to the gracious people that hosted us. We had a great time. My wife couldn't stop raving about the bean soup. It was fantastic, and we had an awesome time meeting all the candidates and conferees and their loved ones. It was really a good time. I can honestly say after meeting the candidates for the first time that District 12 is really lucky to have a lot of talented people vying to represent them. And I also could say as a candidate that we're extremely lucky as candidates to have such great people to represent, as was exemplified by the fine conferees that were there. Fantastic questions they asked, and just hanging out with us afterwards and talking with us. It was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot, had a really great time. So I wanted to do this video to say why I think I stood out from the other candidates who were there. If you weren't there, I encourage you, please talk to the conferees that were there. Please talk to the candidates and everyone you can that were there and try to get a feel of what went on. I think it was a really good experience. I wish we had more time. I really apologize that I can't meet everyone face to face because I do think that's a very important thing. So I'm trying to personally email people as much as possible, send out all sorts of media and platforms of what our plans are and our campaign's doing, trying to call as many people as possible, and trying to attend as many events as I can to be able to meet people in person. But and unfortunately, we have a time crunch, and so I wanted to connect through this video as to why I think I stood out. So there are 3 reasons I wanted to hit. The first was electability. This was a question that was asked, and what it's getting to is this, that because this election is a special election, there's not a lot politically going on other than this in the time when it'll occur in May. That means that there's going to be national focus on it, and it's going to be a very competitive race. So we want to make sure whoever the Republicans nominate will be able to win the general election. I think that I excel in this area. The first reason is the Democrat that's been nominated, one of his big issues has been transparency and really focusing on how his Republican opponents supposedly weren't transparent enough. I think that I'm trying to be the most transparent candidate possible. Not only do I have tons of material out for everyone to see, we already issued a plan that would show exactly how many communities we would get to when we're into the general election and exactly when we would visit them. In addition to that, I would be as open as possible to everyone and encourage many debates with my Democratic opponent to be as transparent as possible, because I know that my ideals of fiscal conservatism, individual liberty, and constitutional principles will appeal to everyone in this district, and it will be a successful campaign if we are that transparent. The more transparency for us, the better. The next reason is also because Center County was the only county that went not for the Republicans in 2018. I think that we can make significant inroads in Center County. The reason is this is more of a college town. I think that I'll be able to reach younger people because I'm using things like newer technology in addition to older formats of communication. So we have videos, we have PowerPoints, we have also general mailers that we're sending out, postcards and things like that. And this transmedia network will be able to reach as many people as possible. In addition to that, being younger, I think that I can speak to a lot of the issues that the young are concerned with, such as mounting tuition costs, student loan debts, job market, and be able to articulate why individual liberty and responsibility is a better solution than the promises that many Democrats are offering, which seem to be free everything. Because when the debt increases from all that free products, it'll be the young that ends up paying it back in the future. Also, we've already sent out a plan as to why we want young Republicans in these universities to be a crucial part of our team. This isn't just sending out mailers or hanging up signs. We understand in our campaign that every single constituent in this district has something to offer us and has experience and education that we could learn from. We want young people involved because we know they have a unique perspective and we would listen to them. They would be part of our campaign. We think that that encouragement will actually increase a lot of the young vote, and we'll do better in areas like Center County. In addition, we'll be able to maintain the base that we have all throughout the rest of the district that heavily supported Trump, because the principles of fiscal conservatism and constitutional principles will still resonate throughout those communities. An issue that ties in with electability that I think I stand out in is the second issue, which is civility. I think I was the only person that really talked about the idea of I would represent everyone if elected. The people that voted for me, but also the people that didn't vote, and even people that voted against me. This is what we need to understand in America this day. Most people are good people. Even though we disagree with the ideas that they have and the policies they have, we all want the country to be great in general, and we all want people to be successful. We just disagree on how to get there. By using civility and reaching out to the other side, I think we could really show, even leading into 2020 and beyond, that the Republican is the party of everyone. And this civility will encourage people that were perhaps independent or maybe leaning left but feel disenfranchised by a lot of the extreme rhetoric coming out of the leaders of the Democratic Party to kind of find a new home in the Republican Party that's all about individuality and personal liberty. The establishment Democrat presidential leaders seem to be talking about things like identity politics, where they're judging people based only on group characteristic. I think our message will resonate of being civil and saying, no, you're all individuals, and that will be a better thing. This is also a great opportunity to show that the uncivility that we see where people really dislike each other over political matters needs to stop. And I think it'll be great for the Republican Party, for District 12, and the country as a whole. And it will help me get elected because it will help us bring in people that traditionally haven't voted Republican. The third thing I want to say is that I feel that I'm a genuine person and I'm very personable. I think I came off exactly as who I am in the meeting last night. I'm not someone who's stuffy or someone who talks on airs and things like that. I learned a long time ago the lesson that no one's better than me and I'm not better than anyone else. And what I meant by this is in my time as a debater in universities, you would talk to people high up in Ivy League schools. And yes, they were very impressive and very intelligent people. But you also learned they're just people. And you could talk to them just like you normally would. You don't pander or pretend to be something you're not. And that's a lesson I've truly learned. I learned that I could be myself when talking to someone in Congress, someone who's a high-up politician, or some other kind of business figure, or if I'm talking to someone who's a farmer or a welder, or my buddy that's sitting across from me every day. It's important to be genuine, and I think I came across as that. When I'm running, I'm seeking to speak for normal people. It seems right now it can be very intimidating to go talk to a representative or a politician. I want to be the exact opposite. I want to be someone that you can come up to and have a conversation with about anything. And know that I'm going to take what you say seriously. Not just praising me or saying I'm doing good things, but even if you have criticisms or suggestions of things I could do. I've been so lucky to have some candidates and some conferees give me some lessons and some ideas that I could use to improve myself, not just in this campaign, but my presentation throughout life. And I'm really thankful for that education. I know enough to know that I don't know enough about everything. And I need the people of this district, whether they be ones that voted for me or not, to be able to give me input on how I could better represent them. And I think by being a genuine, normal person who talks normal, that's approachable, that could go up and talk to anyone like we're just having a conversation, I think that really makes me stand out. And I think that that's a reason to show that I'm trying to just be a voice for the regular people. That's what it is, to just serve them. I've been blessed to be able to understand a lot of these politics and to be able to have a genuine interest in talking to people and communicating no matter who they are. And that's why I want to represent the great people of this district in rural Pennsylvania that are the blue-collar workers that have been the backbone of this country for years to come. So thank you for your time. I look forward to meeting all of you soon, and may you all have a good week.